So you may be curious on how you define work ethic, and for a lot of people, some people can't explain it, and it can be hard to explain, right? And for me, like in my life, right, I've always been, a good worker, right? I've always had a good work ethic, and that was instilled in me at a young age. It's not to say that nowadays you can't do that, right? Nowadays you can still develop a good work ethic. It's not something that you are born with and you can never have, right? You just gotta change some things, and there's some things that can help you a lot. But at a young age, I was a very lazy kid. I only wanted to play video games, and I didn't care about school. I didn't care about any of those things, right? And it wasn't until my teenage years when my dad was really like, you need to start taking responsibility, right? That you need to understand that when you start working, that you want to be 15 minutes early, right? Because if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. And he instilled that in me at a young age. He's always told me you need to do more than you're asked. You need to do more than you are getting paid for, really, essentially, right? And that's what I always try to do, is always try to work to doing more than what I was asked, doing more than what I was paid. Now, some people always say, that's not within my job description, and, that's fine, but how can you expect to achieve success when you're only doing the bare minimum, right? When you already have these standards set in your mind that that's all I'm gonna do, right? It's just the bare minimum. Like, what is really your goal in life, right? Do you want to succeed, or do you just want to get by and pay the bills? To have a good work ethic, you really have to want to strive for more, right? You got to be that person that is always trying to learn, always trying to be better, right? To be the most knowledgeable person in the room is where you want to be. And growing up, it's always been that way. Like, I've always wanted to do better, and it wasn't until I started doing that, to start developing a good work ethic, to do that, right? To want to learn more, to constantly be showing up, right? To be predictable. That's what you want to be. You want to be the predictable person. You want to know that, hey, at 6 o'clock, Marcus is always here. And you don't want to be that guy that shows up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at random times, right? Because you're not dependable. And this is where good work ethic comes in, because if you're that person that's constantly showing up at specific times, then people can rely on you. Well, hey, I don't got to worry about it because, Marcus is there, so I'm okay, right? I'm okay for this time. This time is covered because I know that person is there. Or, just being, knowledgeable, being helpful to other people, right? And to not come in thinking you know everything, right? And that's one of the biggest things, is to always keep an open mind, right? And know that you don't always know everything, right? Everybody can always teach you something, right? Your coworkers, your friends, your family, everybody can teach you something, right? You may be knowledgeable about some things, but you're not knowledgeable about everything, and everybody can help you along the way. And the thing is you also got to remember is that you got to have people around you that are just as driven, right? And to not allow those people that aren't as driven as you to take you down, right? If you have standards, if you have goals of success that you want to achieve, those other people that don't have high standards like you can't let them, implant thoughts into your head to where you start, lowering your standards, because that's not what you want to do. You want to continuously, push yourself to success, right? So one thing I've noticed just going through my career and trying to establish, strong work ethic is to have integrity, right? To know that if there's nobody watching, you're still going to do what you have to do. And a lot of times that can be hard, right? Because you don't have someone constantly looking over your shoulder. But if you can prove to others that you have integrity and that you can actually do these things without someone having to watch you all the time, it says a lot, right? It says that, hey, I don't have to waste my time and energy, because that person is going to be out there, doing what they're supposed to do, right? I can, pick up the slack on some of these other people that just aren't, working as hard, or aren't as dedicated, or don't have the standards to which, my standards are, right, that my work ethic is at, right, because I want to strive to be the best in the room, to be the most knowledgeable in the room. And to do that, you know, I have to have good integrity. I have to be keeping myself in check. I have to be, you know, learning as much as I can so that, you know, other people can see that. And I shouldn't have to tell other people that, right? It should be just be something that they see, right? They should see through my actions that that's what I'm doing, is that I have good integrity. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, let other people down, right? That should just be something instilled in you that, hey, you know, this is who I am. And I take, you know, great responsibility for that, and I'm prideful, right? Like, I don't want to let you down. I don't want to let myself down, because that's ultimately what it comes down to, right? Are you the kind of person that's gonna let yourself down, right? You just not cared. You just want life to just pass you by, or, you know, let life just hand you whatever it's got left over, right? Because that's essentially what it is. Or you could have good work ethic and, you know, be determined that, you know, yeah, some things take a little bit of luck, right? But you can make your own luck. You can position yourself to when that luck appears, that you're going to be the first one that luck finds, right? And that's the best way to look at it, is that work ethic will get you there. Work ethic will get you whatever you want in life, as long as you are positioning yourself to be that lucky one, right? To be that number one. So you got to be consistent. You got to be, you know, on time. You got to be that person that is willing to go the extra yard, right? Willing to do the little bit extra, to know that no matter what, you've left it all on the table, right? Have tried your best. You've always did your best. You've always tried to, you know, improve yourself no matter what happens. And you'll find that you'll get to where you want to go. You know, one thing to keep in mind is just to not try to be perfect, right? Because there are many times in my life when I have been trying to work on my work ethic, and I've just been trying to be perfect on everything. And what happens? You know, you try to be so perfect on stuff that you start procrastinating because it's just not working out and it's not becoming perfect, right? And it's not until you realize that, you know, just drop the whole perfect thing, right? We are human. We make mistakes. You have to understand this, right? As long as you continue to move, as long as you continue to, you know, take care of what needs to be taken care of and taking action. And then if there's a mistake, then you correct it later, right? It's like you fire, then you aim, right? This is what we do. This is how it's gonna work. And this is the best way that you start executing on things, right? You just wanna get stuff done and out of the way. It needs to be fixed. It's easier to go back and just fix it, right? And it's also easier to take action. And, you know, if something is not right, then apologize later, but you're taking action. You're trying to get it done, right? You want to get that person that's just executing on stuff. So if this video has helped you guys, please hit that like button. And until next time, I will see you guys later.